Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome to my Let's Try of the very pre-alpha demo of 30XX, a 2D roguelite action platformer in development by Batterystaple Games. So let's take a look at it. I did a run earlier just to check out some things. This is the in-development sequel to 20XX. Think of this as being, what if Mega Man X was a roguelite? I'll first start off by playing as Nina, the X equivalent of the game, and then I'll play as Ace. She can jump, shoot, charge, and dash. By the way, I never played the original 20XX. I only watched a few playthroughs. So that was the first mini-boss, and I get the speed juicer, along with some bolts. Dashing grants a shield. That'll be helpful. Triple shot. That's going to be really handy. Sadly, I can't shoot through walls. Dash jumping is pretty seamless in this game. I don't need any healing. What's here? Double jump, more armor, power damage scales up with energy. I want double jumping. Sadly, I can't equip all these weapons at once, or cores rather. I need to disable a few of them. I'd rather have double jumping over the shield. Zan Primus. As a first boss battle, they weren't too tough. Chunky explosion graphics. That looks fun to use. If you're wondering why I started with more resources than you usually would, that's because I played one run earlier. I need a maximum core upgrade before I can use them. And because this is the second stage I'm going through, everything is going to be a bit tougher. After all, there's a chance I could have gone through this first, which I will showcase once I play as Ace. Not only is the stage layout more hazardous, but also the enemies, and this includes the bosses and mini-bosses. At high enough levels, they gain new attacks. That's not water, by the way, that's blue acid. Scatter Blast. Let's try that out. So a shotgun. That seems fairly powerful. I do want to get what's up there. Bolts are worth it. Unfortunately, these platforms are solid on both sides. What's in the shop this time? More armor, power damage, more power damage, all stats up. Deleting enemy shots seems extremely powerful. I really want to use all those upgrades. Echo Beast, Slumbering Sentry. I know bosses have weaknesses too. It's not destroying these shots, so this power is not really that useful. At close range, this packs a wallop. Certainly harder than before, but all the challenges so far were fair. In the final game, there will be 10 of these environments in total, chosen at random, so I may end up going through these stages in a different order. All in all, that was a fairly decent first run. At the end of every one of your runs, you can spend currency to grow stronger. Here, for example, I can increase my max HP, energy, add potentia to bosses, and auto-charging. Next, I'll play as Ace, the zero equivalent of the game. And this time, I start out in the Echo Cave, so it should be easier this time. Level of experience further down the run are more difficult. Ace starts out with a basic tree slash combo, as well as a piercing boomerang. Even though that boomerang requires energy to use, it's fine, as Ace's energy naturally regenerates over time, unlike Nina's, so feel free to use her powers often. Compared to Nina, Ace is a riskier character to play as. He may have greater DPS, but you usually have to get closer to enemies to deal damage to them. Oh, this room's gonna be a bit of a pain. Those turret enemies are really annoying to deal with. So a shorter ranged weapon? I'll stick with the Ace Saber instead. Ah, I made it to the boss. Certainly easier compared to before, yet still riskier. This is an example of a boss that's easier with Nina. The reverse is probably true with Zen Primus. Speaking of which, off to the Burning Temple. I gotta say, I like the graphics of this game more than its predecessor. Now, I don't mind the previous game's graphics. After all, I grew up with the Flash game aesthetic. This game's graphics remind me of the Sega Saturn or PS1 era, and I like how every one of these stages has its own unique set of gimmicks. This is something the previous game had some issues with. What happens if I let it go past me? Do I lose out on a bonus? Can I defeat the boss before it even gets to the room? Sort of. I can heavily damage it. The speed increase is really noticeable. This definitely feels more complex than before. I don't want that. I'd rather have the base Ace Saber. There are probably some goodies up there. The hard part is getting to them. Just some bolts. Not exactly worth it. What's in the shop then? I'll take that and purchase some health. Select the Shurioken. I can already see the difference going through the stages in a different order will have. So here are my summarized thoughts. I already talked about the graphics. They're an improvement over the original. Controls are smooth as butter, no issues there, and gameplay is fast-paced and fun. I like how you can purchase these upgrades to make your future runs easier, as I know in the endgame, 20XX got rather brutal, especially if you apply skull modifiers, so these will help even out the difficulty curve. Though, we'll have to see how good the final game's procedural generation will be. That was one of my main gripes with the first game. Let's hope that every one of these environments has its own set of unique gimmicks. And I didn't even get into how this game supports co-op play, both local and eventually online. So I'll be looking forward to the final game then. I wish the best of luck to the developers. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.